Hello, everybody, and welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. I'm John. I'm here today to talk to you about a few things that we discussed yesterday. And in light of the accident that took place in Baltimore, uh, as, um, as I said yesterday, the conspiracy theories will start to run wild, and they have. If you tune into some of the platforms that are out there today discussing this, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories that have started, and some are valid and some are questionable. And we have to wait until the NTSB decides to share with us what their black box investigation is going to look like. I understand from people that are involved in the marine industry that there's some questions that need to be answered here, and there's some odd things that took place with this ship striking that bridge. But in the meantime, Biden coming out and saying that don't worry, the government is going to pay for this. And now the mayor of Baltimore today has announced that he would like to receive emergency funds from Joe Biden for $60 million. Where did they come up with that figure inside of 3 days, that this is what it's going to take? And again, my question is, what about the insurance carrier that is insuring that ship? That Singapore registered ship must have insurance. Why is the government going to step up with emergency fundings when you have an insurance company that should be held liable for this? For whatever reasons it happened because this ship struck a structure, and it should be insured for that. And that's my opinion, and I don't understand why the government should step up and pay for this. And why does the state of Maryland and the city of Baltimore require $60 million before not one iota of this bridge has been removed? The shipping lane is closed in this river as a result of this accident that took place, and the Army Corps of Engineers has been called in. The only thing that Buttigieg ever did right was contacting them, and they're stating that it's going to take quite a long time because they have to send divers down and make sure that the substructure, the cement structures that are holding or were holding the bridge, can be reused or have to be replaced. Let's find out what the true cost is before we start printing more money. Our Congress is very, very good at printing money that this country does not have. And they continue to do so, and they wait for a disaster like this or a Black Swan incident to decide that they need to print money and send it someplace. They need to stop this. The deficit is alarming at this particular point in time, and yet we want to keep increasing this. We want to keep letting millions of people come into this country unvetted, unvaccinated, and we don't know where they are in most cases. Never mind where those poor children went. But yet it continues. They just like to print money. This Congress is out of control, and so is the Senate. Then the announcement today comes that the Speaker of the House said that he's approved sending the impeachment papers on through to the Senate now. Well, you know what's going to happen there. Schumer's going to not ever bring it to the floor. Why would he bother? It's one of his minions. And then you have this fundraiser going on in New York today, pushed by Obama with Clinton and Joe raising millions of dollars for Joe's campaign. Is it really Joe's campaign, or is it really Barack Obama's campaign? And why is he so bent on being involved in keeping someone in office that doesn't have the ability to maintain composure, not to mention run this country? The damages that have been done to this country up to today, in the last 3 almost half years, is atrocious. Take a look around. Bidenomics. He wants to hang his hat on Bidenomics. Wow. Have you been shopping? That's my question to you. Other than that, it's Holy Thursday, and most Christians across this country and across the world are getting ready for the Passion of Christ that will take place this weekend. Easter Sunday is upon us, and today is Holy Thursday, and I wish you all a very, very happy Good Friday tomorrow. And we may not be making a broadcast because it is Good Friday tomorrow, and I'm going to observe some religious things here. And but if something breaks news, I'm going to be out and talking to you about it. Let's see. Nothing big. I'm sure that the Middle East, even though the strife is taking place there, is probably very looking forward to getting the Christian tourist trade back in, because during COVID, those poor people that rely on this time of year to fill their hotels and fill their restaurants and do business there and buy things suffered terribly through the COVID lockdowns. So I'm hoping that they'll please, if you're thinking of it, go, but be very careful, because it's a little bit of a hotbed right there now. But I wish that the good people that are running these things and depending on the Christians to come in for this holy celebration still come, and I'm sure they will. And I wish everybody peace in their heart and minds. It's a very difficult time, I know, here in this country. And then if you read the world news, there's a lot going on in Europe, and there's a lot of reason to be anxious if you're sitting there with a powder keg right above you, wondering when the next shoe is going to drop. But if we maintain in our heart a good thought and keep ever vigilant around when you're out, not only here but all over the world right now, it's upsetting in some cases, but there's still a lot of good, honest people in this world that really do care, and they do love their religions. Whatever the religion is, it should be respected. And you should be able to worship as you see fit. Not be told that you're in the wrong religion, or you're not Muslim, so you need to either become a Muslim or die. This kind of nonsense that's going on, the interpretation by Muslim radicals, is what is upsetting to most people across the world today. And it's not good, and we need to stop this. We need to realize that religion comes from your heart and your education, and if you believe in Jesus Christ and his life and death and resurrection, this is the time of year to celebrate and be close to him, because he's going to come back, and we're going to be all judged for what we do and accomplish in this life or not accomplish in this life, and how we treat other people in this life. Be kind to every living creature, and you'll be rewarded. But anyway, not a whole lot of other news breaking today. Excuse me. Um, the weather is going to be a little blustery here for the next couple of days, but with a lot of sunshine. Things are trying to dry out. Grass needs cutting again. I've got pastures that grew because of all the rain, and I'll probably have to be most of the week next week if it does not have more precipitation, be out on the mowers again. But I'm looking forward to it because it gives me peace and it gives me time to think and go through mentally some of the things that we have to look at on a daily basis and read about on a daily basis. I guess the flap with NBC and Rona McDaniels is going to continue. She's lawyered up right now, and she wants the contract fully paid, which will be 2 years at $300,000 a year. That's $600,000, and she wants her payout. So that's nice if you can get that kind of work. But I'm sure the lawyers will take a big chunk of it, and there'll be a lawsuit, and NBC is going to pay. And I think that they should go directly after Rachel Maddow and her buddy Joy there that are overjoyed about the decision to rescind that contract. I'm no fan of Rona McDaniels. I think she's a rhino and did not contribute anything to the Republican Party, especially in the midterms where she failed at her job. But God bless her. I hope that she gets everything that's coming to her, and I'm sure some attorney somewhere will do quite well in going after NBC. Well, let me think if there's anything else that I've heard today or researched today to get to you. No. I'm waiting for validation on several things, and of course, I will never come to you with something that I have not researched and made sure that it is actually true. And now with all these deep fakes that are out there, you really can't believe half of what you see and most of what you hear, because the deep fake society is using AI to. They can make a celebrity say something to you that they had no idea that they were even being on these networks or platforms. That said, the other thing that I wanted to tell you is that the little fella that from South America or Venezuela that wanted to tell everyone on TikTok that he's coming for your home is now that had been taken down on most platforms. I don't think you can find that on a platform now. However, today he has a new one out there crying that he's been threatened by powerful people and his family is at risk. And he's crying. Well, he should have thought about this before he made the TikTok telling people that if you leave your home, he's going to take it. So nonsense continues on a daily basis. Our administration that's in charge in Washington right now is, of course, still lackluster, still a carnival act. And we'll see where that goes. But Joe is out raking in millions and millions of dollars right now. So he can run his campaign. And I understand that after their big meetings at the White House all week, that Obama and Bill Clinton are going to be out on the campaign trail with him, because we all know that he can't put two thoughts together on his own so they'll bolster his campaign. And whatever is in the wind to get Donald Trump next, I don't know. I think that RFK Jr. is on his way with his new VP to get on several platforms. I watched him with Chris Cuomo earlier today, and Chris Cuomo was pointing out that there's a lot of people dissatisfied with his pick for VP. But then again, you have to consider the source on that. He has done a good job in defending her. Whether or not she is the ticket that we all want to look at remains to be seen. Let's keep an open mind with all three candidates. Let's listen to what they have to say and make an informed decision. You cannot rule out one over another or say that, okay, well, his vice president is too young, and if something happens to Bobby, she's not capable of running the country. That came out of Chris Cuomo's mouth. RFK Jr. told him exactly what her IQ is, and we know that it's Chris's is nowhere near hers. So we'll see what she has to say and how she campaigns. I briefly saw something on YouTube, and she's running that same introduction piece that it looked like Hollywood put together when she made the announcement the other day, or RFK Jr. made the announcement. That was very theatrical, and she was running that again today before she spoke to whatever group she was meeting with. And I thought that was a little pretentious myself. But you make the decision and you listen to the people. It's your vote, and you need to make an informed decision. But as I tell you all the time, ask them for their solutions to whatever problems that you feel are important to you as a voter. And if they don't have a solution, don't give them your vote. Find somebody that has the answers and the solutions to the problems that exist in this country today. And then we'll get the proper person in there according to your thoughts or your vote. So again, the hatred that pours out of mainstream media gets worse by the day, and we don't know what they're going to come up with next. These legacy media platforms, as I told you yesterday, are full of actors. They're not journalists. They're not very smart people. They know how to sit in a makeup chair, get made up, and memorize and read off a teleprompter what they need to tell you because it's given to them by somebody else. It doesn't come from their minds. They're actors. They're no different than an actor. All of these media people that you see, I'm not naming names, but you know who they are. You've in your life watched CNBC, NBC, CBS, ABC. They're all the same. They're actors. They're not journalists. Calling themselves journalists is a slap in the face to real journalists. Anyway, enough of that. And we're in a Easter spirit right now here in East Tennessee, especially. And we're going to have a good weekend, barring any other Black Swan events that may take place. We don't know where most of the bad people that have filtered through our border are, or what they're plotting, or what they're going to do next. The media said that Donald Trump was invited to the policeman's burial, a policeman that was shot to death by a criminal that had been let out of jail, I don't know how many times, by the court system in New York. And there was a stern warning that came from the policemen's sergeants union stating that they did not want any anti-Trump Democratic supporters showing up at this funeral. And it was a very stern warning, and I hope that that went okay. I believe that that's taking place today, and God bless that poor man and his family. But I understand that Tunnel to Towers is going to pay off the family's mortgage, which is a good thing. And that is a nice organization. And they've done so much for our not only our veterans from the police department and fire department and current policemen in New York. So if you get an opportunity to support that program, you should. Tunnel to Towers. It's Tunnel number 2 Towers. And you can find them on social media as well as Facebook and things of that nature. So with that, there's not a whole bunch more to let you know about today, but I'm sure that you will enjoy this weekend. And the music is coming up, so I'm going to say thank you for tuning in. Please like the channel and subscribe. We love you here at the Kaiser Report. And with that, I'm going to say bye-bye now.